welcome back to Miss Henrik's video demo. Today I'm going to show you how to make cookie dough brownies. So it's kind of like a chocolate chip cookie, but it's also kind of like a brownie. And depending on how long you cook it, you can kind of keep a consistency of cookie dough, or you can cook it a little bit longer and have a more well done cookie brownie. So let's take a look at our mise en place. You'll need 2 sticks of butter, that's a cup of butter. You'll need eggs, flour. You'll need both brown sugar and regular granulated white sugar, some baking soda, vanilla for flavor, and chocolate chips. And then just a little bit of water and salt. All right, first 2 steps is to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Then you want to take your 9-inch by 13-inch baking pan, and instead of greasing it, you will line it with parchment paper. This will prevent your dough from sticking to the pan, so it's a nice, easy cleanup. Okay, so set this to the side. The next step is to cream your butter and sugars together. So with that, you'll use the stand mixer and you'll use the paddle attachment to do the creaming. So add your 2 sticks of butter to the mixing bowl. And since the recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup, and we don't exactly have an exact 3/4 cup measuring cup, you're going to use the 1/2 cup and the 1/4 cup to measure out your 3/4 of a cup white sugar and 3/4 of a cup brown sugar. Don't forget to pack in your brown sugar into the measuring cup with the back of a spoon. All my sugar is in the mixing bowl. Lower the top, make sure it's locked, and start mixing. So remember, to cream, you want to mix that butter and sugar until it becomes light and fluffy. If it's not really mixing very well, you can stop the mixer, scrape down the sides with your rubber spatula or rubber scraper. So my butter is creamed, and now you're going to add your eggs to the mixing bowl and the rest of your liquid ingredients, so the vanilla and the water. My one egg, 2 eggs, 1½ teaspoons of water, which you can just get right from the tap, cold water. 1. And a half. And your vanilla. Okay, after you've creamed your butter, sugar, and then added all your wet ingredients, then in a separate bowl, you'll mix together the rest of the dry ingredients. It's a very common step-by-step practice. So we are going to measure out 2 1/4 cups of flour. And this recipe wants you to sift the flour. So what you'll do is take your cup, measuring cup, dry measuring cup, just like normal. Dip the cup in, level it off, and then you'll take a strainer or a sifter, something like this that has a mesh, and you will just pour the flour through it. Purpose is to work out all the clumps. Just get a more consistent, smoother flour. So you can shake it or stir the flour around with a knife or a spoon, or just shake it through. Okay. And then do it again with the cup and the quarter cup. You also want to get the salt and your baking soda in through the sifter with the flour. So I recommend with your last quarter cup, here it is, you also want to add your baking soda and your salt at the same time, right through there. Okay, so there's 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of salt. So that you just work through the sifter and it will mix it all into the flour for you. So now you'll add your dry ingredients to your liquid ingredients. Do this slowly because we don't want flour to fly up into the air. So just pour in maybe a third. Okay. Mix that up and then add the rest. Scraping down the sides as needed with your spatula, or rubber scraper, sorry. So, take your lined baking sheet and you're going to put your dough right in there. Oh boy. And we want to make it evenly spread out. So take a butter knife and kind of move it around the pan so that you get a more even cooking, because if it's super thick, it will take a lot longer to bake. So try to spread it out thin. As best you can. I know it's not easy dough to work with. Okay. All right. So, lots of stuff to lick. Okay. Then you take 2 cups or 12 ounces. 12 ounces happens to be 2 cups of chocolate chips. And you're going to spread those on top. And since I'm just going to do actually a cup and a half, because that's a lot of chocolate. I don't necessarily need all that chocolate. Okay, and then this will bake in the oven for just 3 minutes, and then you're going to take it out, and I'll show you what to do. So put this in the oven and set a timer for 3 minutes only. So after 3 minutes, you will take the whole thing out of the oven. Be careful because it's hot. Take a butter knife and you kind of just like swirl the semi-melted chocolate chips. Incorporate them into the dough. It doesn't have to be super beautiful. It's just supposed to have kind of a nice marbly effect. And then you put it right back into the oven for about 15 minutes or until you get the desired gooiness. Okay, so this is what it looks like after after, this was more like 18 minutes in the oven. I want mine to be a little bit more done. It's still going to be a gooey cookie dough in the middle, but it's more cooked because I like it that way. So I'm going to let this cool and serve it up. If in the event that we run out of class time and your brownies are still baking, don't worry, I will take them out of the oven myself and then you'll enjoy them the next day. It'll all work out. So I hope you learned a lot from this video demo. Thanks for watching and good luck tomorrow.